The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Pannell Swim Shop, PRAS, PrepSpin.com, Raising Cane's, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. I'm Gary Ball with Tom Viney. Tom, great to have you as a guest host because you always do a great job.
I tell you what, love being here.
We have the Scott County Lady Cardinals in. Steve Helton's in. All they are is 27-2.
It's a pretty solid record.
Pretty solid record.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's got 3 young girls in studio. There's another girl. She's kind of the glue that keeps it together.
Got to have one of those.
But they've got 3 1,000-point scores. That's incredible.
That is incredible.
They're in-house with us, and we're going to talk to them. We've got a feature on Justin Blevins from Lincoln County. I think it's a feature that people are going to like. It's a feel-good story.
This is one I can't wait to hear about.
And Justin Blevins is quite a story there at Lincoln County. We're going to go to that as well. Our scholar athletes are from that Blue Ribbon School over there on Clays Mill, Lexington Catholics. Coach Scott True has brought 3 young ladies in. They all have 3.9, 3.8 GPAs.
They just keep pumping great student athletes out of there, and it doesn't stop out of that school.
And what about our Pannell Swim Shop? Who'd you bring in?
Well, I tell you what, we've got 2 really solid athletes. Coach Alicia Henderson brought some people from Madison Central, and they're going to be a really good story.
We're looking forward to hearing from them. And Cheyenne DeRaymond is here from UK Sports Medicine, our title sponsor. She's going to keep us in the game. But you know what we got? We got the best tournament highlights in the state of Kentucky. These tournament highlights brought to you by PrepSpin, the leading digital network and the home of the 11th Region Tournament.
We begin with the 42nd District, where Bryan Station has not won the title since 2008 when Shelvin Mack was sporting the green and gold. The defenders facing Scott County tonight, which is 30-0 against in-state competition this season, including a pair of wins over Bryan Station. Scott County beat Bryan Station by 40 the last time these two met up. This one much closer. Scott County up by 5 at the half. Third quarter, Station's Boss Boone showing who's the boss with the bucket. 32-24 Cards. Boone with 18. Diablo Stewart with the steal. He's a devil of a player. The sweet reverse to avoid the defender. The Cards up 11. Stewart with 16. Then off the dribble, Miles Moranis into the paint, hits the underhand scoop. Just seconds left in the third. Here's Cooper Robb. Grabs the rebound, sprints it the other way to beat the buzzer. Cards with a 46-35 advantage. And once again, Scott County rolls in the 11th Region Tournament with a 65-47 victory.
The Scott County boys are not the only game in town over in Georgetown. The Lady Cards 27-2, tops in the 11th Region, looking to repeat in the 42nd after beating Henry Clay to take the district a year ago. Scott County winning the earlier matchup this season by 40. Blue Devils in transition ahead to Oriana Woods. Hands off to Cheyenne Jones for the jumper. Henry Clay jumps out to an 11-2 lead. Then here come the Cardinals. Malia Williams smooth on the interior. 8 points, 11 boards for her. Malia Owens will drive the lane. I hear she's got a very good basketball coach. She had 13. Scott County roars back 66-52. They are 28-2.
And welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. We want to thank Roberts Insurance. They're out of Richmond, Kentucky on Main Street. They insure 3/4 of the great state of Kentucky. Roberts Insurance. With us from Georgetown, Kentucky, Scott County, and Coach Helton's here. Coach, you're 27-2. Is this pretty much what you expected?
You know, I think every season you come in expecting excitement in your program. We had returning players coming back. We felt like we had a lot of the good puzzle pieces.
Right.
To have a successful season, but there's a lot of things that have to go into it. You have to stay healthy. Kids have to buy into the roles, right. And really proud of where we're at right now, and hopefully we have a few more weeks to play.
Yep.
That's right. Coach, looks like you've got some great chemistry on this team already. Tell us about who you brought with you.
We have our senior guard, Peyton Riddle, who's already committed to Eckerd College. So we're really excited for her. Mm-hmm. Right about 1,800 points, a little over 1,800 points, mm-hmm. and incredible shooter, scorer. Malia Owens, also 1,800 points right there as a junior. Yeah. Slasher, can go inside, outside. creates her own shot. She's a lot of times we put her on the best offensive player, so she's our lockdown defender. Morgan DeFore,
she's
sophomore.
a post-up player, right?
Morgan wants to be a post. You know, for some reason, the smallest players always want to be in the post. You know, Morgan just scored 1,000 points as a sophomore.
Right.
Last game of the season, or second to last game of our regular season. Again, she's a scoring machine. She comes out. You know, she's not ever seen a shot that she don't like.
Right.
And we accept that. And then, you know, it's all held together by our point guard, Juliet Smith.
Right.
She's what makes us stick.
Somebody's got to be that glue, don't they?
It's an incredible, you know, it's a four-guard lineup. It's something a little different for us. And, you know, again, they've accepted the roles, and just an incredible group.
Peyton, it seems like you've been playing there at Scott County forever, because you have. You dressed as a sixth grader. So this is your sixth season. Am I correct in that? Yeah, you're a senior.
Sixth
season. So you've been. How would you sum up your season this year and your career?
I think this year has been one of the best starts that we've had entering postseason, and just it's such a fun group to play with. And you know, like he was talking about the puzzle pieces, we're clicking this year, and it's been real fun to play with.
Malia, you have got a really solid group of people that you've been playing with. Tell me a little bit about what it's like playing with such solid teammates.
I think it's great that we have multiple people on the team that can do many different things. So a team that we're playing against can't just stop one person, because you never know who else is going to step up and hit that shot or get that rebound or that steal. We just have too many pieces.
And Morgan, you post up very well, by the way. You score almost 15 points a game, and you have a 4.0 in the classroom there. How do you find time for all that?
Well, fortunately, I have a study hall, so I have an hour to just sit and focus on schoolwork and film. So I just balance it out in that time period.
All right, Juliet, you've got some great players here. How do you keep this team under control every game?
It's honestly really easy. When I have so many weapons to pass it to, it makes my job so much easier. I mean, 3 people who can score anywhere on the floor, I can pass it to them. I know that they can score, or I can throw it down to the post while they're running the floor. So it's easy. You're
going for the assist record there at Scott County. You don't worry about these points. She's going for the all-time assist records. What she's going to do, Coach. And you know, how do you see you're in the 11th region. You played Friday night in the district final. You're in the 11th region. How do you see the 11th region this year?
You know, bottom line, there's 8 teams going to be competing in that region, and all 8 teams have capability coming out there and winning. And not only, you know, you win the 11th region, you can compete for a state championship.
Yes,
so hopefully, you know, the good things will happen here in a few days.
That's the Scott County Lady Cardinals, 27-2, one of the top teams in the state of Kentucky. And now we're going to this feature on Justin Blevins from Lincoln County High School.
You'll find him at nearly every game.
He is here at the school quite often. He loves to come to ball practice. He thinks basketball is the world right now.
He's on the sidelines, but hard to miss.
He gives them their Gatorade, and he slings the towel on their shoulders so that they have what they need when they sit down. They do not have to wait for it. It is there waiting for them.
Justin Blevins is the Patriots team manager. The senior was born with a heart defect, stunting his growth, but not his passion.
He is uplifting. I think he's blessed everybody on our basketball team. Just his presence, his attitude, his personality, his work habits. He's a go-getter.
On Friday night, it was a special game as Lincoln County took on Casey County for senior night, introducing their starting lineup, this time with a new player.
Number 21, Justin Blevins.
Just wanted to get him involved, get him a start, and they all said they would give their spot up tonight for him.
Casey County scored first, then the ball went to Lincoln County in the hands of Justin Blevins. The crowd went wild as Justin made their first shot. It was a special moment for him, and by the looks of it, his teammates too.
They have a great relationship with him. He's a part of us. We've learned as much from Justin as Justin has learned from us.
In Lincoln County, Angela Reigard, WKYT.
Welcome back into our Scholar Athletes, one of our most popular segments on the show. We've been doing it for 15 years because these are young ladies, Coach, that are doing great things in the classroom there, and that's what it's all about. It's all about sports, but it's mainly about the classroom. Let's start with Abby. You'll transition from basketball right into softball. How does one sport help the other for you?
Well, I started playing basketball before softball, and one thing that all of my coaches on every level of basketball has taught me is to play for your team and not as much as yourself. And know your role on the team and instill that into helping your team win, and that's kind of how I approach softball.
That's a good approach.
That's great. All right, Ashley, so you run the band, you play the flute, and you play basketball.
My daughter played the flute, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a tough instrument to play.
How do you manage all that time?
I think it's all about just time management, and just whenever I'm not doing basketball or band, I'm doing homework or something to do with school, and just always staying with it and making sure I'm eligible to play basketball and be able to do extracurricular activities.
Great.
Miss J. Ballard, how you doing?
I'm good.
You lead the team in scoring there at Lexington Catholic. You had 26 last night in the tournament game, so that was incredible. I saw that firsthand. You also have a 3.9 and excel in class. How do you do all this?
Honestly, it's very difficult. It's a lot of early mornings, shooting in the gym before practice, before school, and then a lot of late nights too, staying up and doing homework.
It's really helped her three-point stroke, though. She could really stroke that three.
All right, Coach, now having this girl as student athletes, you definitely have to set a tone, but where do you see it coming from these girls? Is it something that they're self-motivated, or do they get a lot of assistance and help and support from the families as well?
Well, there's support there at home, and it's really a package deal, and you want that support, but ultimately the players have to take on the responsibility and hard work of being a student athlete, and these three do a tremendous job of that. And I'll echo what Ashley and Jay said about the hard work and the dedication, and then Abby coming in early and staying late, and then they're at home late doing homework and whatnot. It takes a lot of time and extra effort and a lot of time management skills, and these three do a tremendous job of that.
Great.
Abby, what do you hope to study in college, and where?
I'm thinking about Bellarmine University and either majoring in criminal justice or elementary education.
Bellarmine is a fine choice. That's a great college.
Absolutely, keeping that talent local.
Yes, that's right.
We absolutely like that.
Here in Louisville.
That's right. All right, Ashley, what about you? What are you thinking about doing after graduation?
Well, I have the opportunity to play basketball, so I've been thinking about that and just having the option to be able to continue my career. So that's still up in the air and deciding. So.
Well, good. Well, good
well
luck.
Jay, the 11th region has to continue with you next year because you're a junior. Are you weighing your options?
I think I've decided I'm probably going to major in chemistry, but other than that, I really don't know.
Well, Coach, if you would hold that up, each one of you will get one of those. That is from Crown Trophy. They'll present that to you. Go down there and talk to Ryan Tyson. He'll personalize that for you, put your name and school on it for no charge. Great job in the classroom there at Lexington Catholic. Thank you all for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
That's our Scholar Athletes from Lexington Catholic. Now we're going to this Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Here's the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week, 43rd District Tournament, Tuesday night. LCA down 2 with 8 seconds left. Lexington Catholic inbounding the ball, and Kyle Rowe deflects the pass. Carter Hendrickson comes up with the steal, the bucket, and the foul, and he'd make the free throw to give LCA the win and the berth in the 11th Region Tournament for a second straight year. I'm Lee K. Howard, and that's the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
And back into our Pannell Swim Shop. But once again, Mr. Viney, you got great swimmers here with us.
Absolutely. This, showing a little favoritism, this is definitely one of my favorite segments.
Yes.
And we do. We have some great swimmers. Coach, tell us who you brought with you today.
I brought Tilly Baldwin and Trent Lakes. And they've both been a part of Madison Central swimming, believe it or not, for a decade or a little bit more.
Wow.
So.
Did she say a decade?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So probably exactly why they've had such a strong program for so long.
And I understand they got pretty good academics too.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me, Tilly, what do you plan on doing after high school state this weekend?
Well, I've committed to swim at Xavier University in Cincinnati, and I plan on majoring in nursing there. So that is what I'm mostly looking forward to after that. Senioritis has kicked in a little early, but I'm very excited to see what state brings and the rest of the season.
That's great. Trent, so you've got state this weekend. What are your goals set for the meet?
Try to go out and get all the best times that I can, and hopefully I can get a state championship in the 100 back. So hopefully everything works out for me and I can go through and finish strong.
Tilly, do you think Mom will let you have some slack with all your housework with the state swim meet this weekend?
I don't know. I wouldn't take it that far, but my parents are very supportive and definitely give me all the tools that I need to do my best.
And that's why you maintain a 4.2 GPA.
Yes, sir.
So Trent, when you are not swimming, what are some of the things that you really like to spend your time doing?
We don't have a lot of free time as swimmers, but when I do, when I have the chance, I try to go to as many sporting events for other sports as I can. Girls basketball, volleyball, basketball. Just try to enjoy my senior year.
Well, you guys are doing a great job there at Madison Central, and best of luck at the state swim meet this weekend. Here's the Athlete of the Week plaque from Crown Trophy. Both of you will receive one of those. Take that to Crown Trophy. Ryan Tyson will personalize that for you for no charge. Keep up the great work there at Madison Central.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you this weekend.
That's the Pannell Swim Shop winners of the Swimmers of the Week, and we'll come back and we'll be joined by UK Sports Medicine. Welcome back in, and Cheyenne DeRaymond joins us from UK Sports Medicine, and she has some great stuff she's going to tell us about. What is the core training? What is that?
So quickly, your core is the midsection of your body, and it's comprised of muscles on the front, sides, and back. So a lot of times when someone mentions core training, people think of just your abs, but you do have to focus on those back muscles. So core training is just any exercise or workout that focuses on those muscles of the body.
You're absolutely right. I bet a lot of people do forget about the back training. How often should somebody be really focusing on those core muscles?
How often? Well, I mean, every day would be great. That doesn't always happen with everybody. So as often as you can, because again, it's really important for your health. Core training does help with injury prevention. It helps with your posture. It helps with activities of daily living. So doing it as often as possible is great.
As an athletic trainer, how often do you work with athletes and when they do core training?
Pretty often. My coaches, I know, are really good at that. They implement it into sometimes the weight training part of practice, or last time I was here, I talked about cross training and how important that is. So some of my coaches actually just hold aside one day for core training, which is important. It's really, as you can see on TV, focused with collegiates and pros, not as much with my younger kids, high school or middle schoolers, which it should be because, you know, they're younger, a little clumsy. So having that stable base is really important. But I mean, it's also really important for everybody. How many times have you reached for something or twisted a wrong way, picked up something too heavy, and you hurt your back? So it's great for everybody, for their health and for their safety, to just do core training as often as you can.
The core kind of works everything.
Yeah.
Baseball pitchers, you know, you're always using that core.
Yeah,
that was good stuff. And the website is right there on the screen. That's their website, their phone number, UK. And thank you very much for telling us about the core.
Yes.
And here are the final highlights of the district tournament, district championships, brought to you by Prep Spin. They're the home of the 11th region basketball tournament.
LCA won its first ever district title in its first ever appearance in the championship game last year. Now back after a wild win over Lexington Catholic Tuesday. Lafayette has lost 8 district championship games in a row. Back to 2003, the last time the Generals claimed the crown was in 2001. And by the way, they won the state title that year. LCA swept Lafayette in the regular season. First quarter, Kyle Rode bullet pass to Austin Hall, and the Eagles are up by 4. Then on the inbounds, Rode finds Hall again. The lead swells to 6. On the other side of the court, Lafayette goes inside to Devontae Hayes. He has been an absolute machine lately, and he puts the Generals on the scoreboard. Lafayette running. Eric Powell sees the opening, goes right at it. But it's Rode who had 33. LCA wins the district 72-46.
And welcome back in as we wrap it up, 30 minutes of high school sports. And thanks to Scott County, Tom, 27-2.
Solid team.
Solid team. A contender.
Absolutely.
Not only for the 11th region, but for the
state championship.
Yes, contender. Right. And Lexington Catholic, they always just churn out great scholar athletes over there.
Absolutely. Just love seeing those great students.
And Madison Central Swimmers, I hope they win state.
So do I.
As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and those you don't see,
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Pannell Swim Shop, PRATS, PrepSpin.com, Raising Cane's, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.